It's Friday. It was Friday. To be honest, I failed to remember, or I forgot, that it's Philosophical Friday, last Friday. Therefore, I recorded a short video after the stream, which came out in wrong format, and therefore now when I'm trying to actually edit the video and make it happen, it's just wrong. Therefore, I took a game from Monday. I believe this is a game in Monday or yesterday, Wednesday. Well, whatever. It's me versus Protoss, and I will mumble today about motivation. Maybe I was in lack of motivation due to, I don't know, whatever reason, or I just forgot. Well, I'm getting older. That's a completely normal thing. So yeah, in the background you see game from Monday or Wednesday, me versus Protoss. It's like Diamond 3 Platinum 1 level or something like that. I will try to zoom through it, so we get through it, and I will mumble about the topic. As I said already, it's motivation, and in my mind it's the motivation, the word itself is like an extra word. It's filler word. So motivation is somewhere in between I want to do something and I don't want to do something. And then in the middle, if you don't know, if I don't know if I want to do something, then I say a lack of motivation. So technically we can say that word motivation actually is an excuse to procrastinate doing certain things, right? So in my mind, in my experience, I'm trying to get rid of this word because it fills out the emptiness between me being decisive in yes or no. It just leaves me in the middle, like I have lack of motivation. For example, if I worked like a half a year ago, then when I had in work and there were like extra duties for me to fulfill, I was like, okay, I want to do them. I like the idea, I like to do them, I do them, right? Everything's fine. After like I have done that for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, I start feel lack of motivation, right? Because there is no extra, I don't know, money, no extra, how to say, joy or fun or anything. Like I'm getting no extra, I'm just getting burned out more and more because this extra thing is using my extra energy, my extra time, my extra everything which I have, right? I'm just putting everything myself into this new duty, and I'm not getting any rewards about it. Therefore, now I want to say that I have a lack of motivation, but I can't stop. Well, technically, I did stop, but technically I can't stop. So when the situation comes, and it's very, very dependent on the context, when the situation comes, you always have to think about yes or no, because if you stay in the middle in like, I will need some motivating thing, then that will be yes if or no if, right? It's not like, if you give me the right motivation, then I will most likely do it, and you start doing it, but there is no follow-up. So yeah, that's the whole point. So be careful. Pretty much I suggest everyone to be careful about this word and use it less. It's used so much and so many times in so many contexts. It's just, yeah, it's pretty much, mostly in my mind, I think the motivation is giving someone something. Like you are giving motivation to someone as you are paying him extra money or giving him some other stuff like cherry on top or whatever. That's also a saying which can be used. And actually that's the meaning that I think is one of those meanings, and the other one is like, excuse, I'm having a lack of motivation, so nobody's giving me anything. So that's what you say, yeah, nobody's paying me anything for doing extra stuff which I'm doing actually. And when I started realizing that, and when I was not talking about motivation, I was like, okay, this is the real situation now. The things are real. I'm doing stuff, but I'm not getting paid. But that's one context, and it's halfly real. But yeah, that's the whole thing about the motivation, I think, and it's very dependent on the context. Yeah. Well, now that I have Mumble, then we can return back to game, right? Yeah, so the situation is that this guy, I don't know why he didn't expand behind it, but he didn't expand behind it, and he came with multiple attacks and tried to pressure me out. And I just ended him pushing his stuff back. He has the resources to expand right now, and he has the ability to defend, right? He can now pretty much, yeah, he decides to build more gateways and an expansion. Even though I cleared this out, I'm falling back because my second base is a bit low. I need third as soon as possible because I expect that he has 3 bases behind this, because that's what in my level happens. Instead, he's just bunkering down, building bigger wall there, and still having the same 1 base running off. So I'm overfloating like a bajillion resources, not getting gases for some reason. I don't know why. There I go. So my realization comes in late, but it comes, and yeah, I keep building stuff. So yeah, and I believe he just pushed me out and then he left the game, I think. Let's see. Yeah, he just tried to push me, and obvious I am now on twice as big economy. I was expecting that there's gonna be some air coming or something like that, because I don't know what's happening inside his base. Didn't scout, that's my mistake. I usually not scouting. Maybe I'm just lacking motivation. Funny. No, I'm just dumb. That's how it is. Yeah, then he pushed again, and I'm getting it done, and that's it. So yeah, pretty much I think the whole resume could be that let's be careful about words, and I think we need to be more decisive, yes or no, and to explain ourselves, because if we use motivation, then it's just, well, it's covering something, right? It's an excuse. That word as itself is excuse. Just no. I don't want to do it now, I will do it later. If you can't say no to things, then that's bad. If you are telling all the time yes, that's an issue. We all have to learn to say no now and then. Alright, that's enough of mumbling. This will go up Friday. Probably I'm streaming like a few hours after this mumble goes up in Friday. If you like these mumbles, maybe this was not the most successful one, but I have a nice idea talking about stereotypes in general next Friday, or whatever topic is in my mind at that moment. Then that's what's gonna land the next Friday, and so on probably, and the streaming continues. If you like what you saw, if you like the previous mumbles, then leave a like below. If you like to suggest any topics or something like that you want me to mumble about, then make sure you leave a comment. I will be very thankful. I'm thankful pretty much for everyone spending every second, every click, everything which you do here is fantastic, and it's supporting me to try to make more content, try new things, and so on. So yeah, have a nice weekend, have a nice Friday, and yeah, I see you when I see you, which is streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays on Twitch. And I believe next week we might actually see some Stormgate coming on, so next week will be Stormgate week. Yeah, see ya.